Hey everyone. The majority, I assume, have heard of yin and yang, and everyone is familiar with the words masculine and feminine. Some people associate their identity and sexual preference with the terms masculine and feminine. For those who don't know what yin and yang are, yin is our feminine and is associated with grounding and receiving, and yang is our masculine and associated with our mind and giving. These are some of the things I've learned in Taoism, and I'm only going to be touching on the basics in this episode. Every gender or non-binary has yin and yang in them, and they are not always 50-50. Some women, like myself, tend to be more in their yang, yani in their head, than in their yin. Does this make me masculine? Well, that depends on your type and perception, but really no. Masculine does not mean sporting muscles and dressing up in suits and ties. It is more an internal state than external. When I'm too much in my yang, I need to do activities to bring me more in my yin, which means I need to do certain things to create a better balance for my internal state. Grounding myself by walking barefoot, lying on the ground, being in water, dancing, although I'm a terrible dancer, but still yin, drawing, a body massage, are all yin activities. They're self-love and nourishing. On the other hand, yang activities are more related to mental stimulations, such as thinking. So when you're overthinking or you're an overthinker, then you are in your yang. Yani you're too much in your head. Running and working under pressure, they're all yang. But I want to talk about a theory I had with masculine and feminine and sexuality. The Western studies teach us so much about our environment and mental state, and they're associated together, and I love that. But I also love what Taoism is teaching me. Taoism is a Chinese philosophy, and it is spiritual. I'm using it to teach myself how to get back to my body in the middle of chaos and the busy city life. And I'm learning that to teach my future clients how to get back to their body, because in the end, sexuality and that feeling good happens in the body. So when the sensation is nice and your brain associates it as a wow feeling, it's internal and not external. That wow feeling is a sexual acceleration that gets us going. The opposite is a brake pedal. I will be using those phrases a lot in my upcoming episodes. But for now, let's talk a little about role play. I've noticed that men are more comfortable being on top or the givers. Some women turned around and said, well, yes, because men are easily aroused and a penis gets pleasure from the wind. Actually, just like a woman's body, men also have many body parts that can create that feel-good sensation that goes beyond what many people think. I personally never really thought that the anus had so many nerve endings that could feel so good to both women and men. It never crossed my mind. But that's the physical sexual part. And طبعاً I'm not suggesting that any man does anything unless they want to. Generally, Arab men are very much in their yang. They're too much in their head. They're interested in their pleasure and don't always discuss a woman's pleasure. Call it lack of awareness. But there is a sexual revolution happening, and women are demanding that they get their fair share of the cake. Sexually, there is giving and receiving. In Tao, giving is yang and receiving is yin. What if dominant partners who are generally bossy, macho, fussy, and in control, and in a healthy relationship, just lay back and go in a state of receiving behind closed doors with their partner? Be more in their yin, and be comfortable with associating receiving with their feminine. Remember, we all have feminine and masculine in us. Being more in one than the other doesn't make us less than what we are. And women take control and more ownership in the bedroom and be more in their yang, their masculine. With that shift of dynamic in the bedroom, create a new dynamic outside the bedroom between a man and a woman or two partners that could potentially lead to more understanding, balance, and willingness to listen to one another. Think about that for a minute. Just food for thought. Thank you, and see you all next time.